Good afternoon and welcome to Blindformers. I'm your host, Blind Prime, and for today we're going to be teaching you how to transform Deathsaurus and his chest pieces to create some things that they become. Deathsaurus becomes the giant dragon chicken, tiger chest here becomes a bow and arrow, and where's eagle chest? Eagle chest here becomes a gun. So let's go ahead and let's make tiger chest here into his bow and arrow form. It's actually not very difficult, if I remember right. So we got to pull out the edges of and before I really get into this too much, please like, share, and subscribe. Every share goes a long way to helping me reach more visually impaired and the blind out there, and also goes a long way to helping me raise awareness for the visually impaired and the blind through alternative means and methods. Thank you so much. Now, let's go ahead and transform this. So first off, you want to fold the tail into, so he's got a little tail here, and you just pull that bit up like we did in the review for Deathsaurus, where we transformed him into tiger mode. So fold the tail in there, and then rotate that piece in. There it goes. Pull that bit up just a bit more, make sure it's all good and straightened, and then push it down. There we go. Now we're going to spread out these little wing bits as far as they're going to spread out. That's going to allow us to, oh, that piece fell out. This little piece in the center of him likes to fall out. I don't know why it does. It is not very well held in there, which is a shame, because that is one of the negatives of this figure. Is tiger chest here is a little annoying. Now, let's go ahead and fold up his, no, those are his front legs. We got to come over here to his rear legs. We got to rotate them in, okay, and then rotate it in, right? But we're not rotating them in all the way, not for the bow mode. The bow mode, we're going to stretch the legs down on either side and try to make kind of a bowstring look, okay? So that's what we're doing there. And then this piece is going to come all the way down, and it's going to rotate a bit there, okay? And this should give us, pull the tiger head forward. Maybe actually this is supposed to rest on the tiger head. Yeah, the tiger head and this piece underneath it are supposed to line up, and I think they're supposed to snap together. Let's see. Yeah, there's a little crook right there underneath tiger chest's chin. He's got a little spot under his chinny chin, and we just got to make this piece in that little spot under his chinny chin connect. It's not a strong connection. It's not a sturdy connection by any means. It's kind of a connection. You got to pull the head out a bit more. There it goes. Not the sturdiest connection. I'm straight and honest with you with that. I do wish they had done more peg stuff. Like little circle pegs are amazing. These rectangle things absolutely suck. And I always hate rectangle connections because rectangle connections can be a little bit of a pain to get right. Okay, so this is, we gotta fold up these legs. His front legs get folded backwards. And now we've got to come over here to this thing, and we pull out the arrow. Did I put the arrow back? No, I did not put the arrow back, because Blind Prime is not that intelligent sometimes. Where, oh, where did I put the arrow? Alright, the arrow must be over here. Here it is. Here's the arrow. Nice. Found the arrow first off. Wow! That's got to be a record. Okay, so we're going to come around here to this guy. We're going to feel around on the underside here. And I think this arrow just kind of fits in that little nook right there. Let's see if we can find what attaches. This arrow is really long and really big, but it doesn't seem to have an attachment point. But you can just sort of put it in there, right? Come on. Where is that connection piece that we're looking for? Huh? You got any connector pieces to make the arrow work very well with you? I hear plenty of people talking about this arrow matching up, but I'm not seeing it. Not seeing this arrow match up at all. Maybe that piece is supposed to be like that. No, it's supposed to be there. That little nubbin's supposed to stick out, but there isn't any sort of nubbin piece on this arrow. Somehow, this arrow is supposed to fit inside of this Maybe it's supposed to fold down like that. Let's see. Any spots? No, there's nothing. This arrow is supposed to fit on this somewhere. That's what people say. That's what I've heard people say. And well, maybe if I fold that bit down there, maybe the end of this can fit in that little slot. Nope, no, it does not. Fold this bit up. Maybe I can find a slot. No. Yeah, I'm at a loss whenever it comes to this arrow. How in the world this arrow is supposed to actually fit into this? My hands are not really good at finding peg holes for thin rectangular pegs. So that is a downside on Deathsaurus. So we have spent enough time playing with this. We're going to move on, but it's supposed to look sort of like that. I can hold it in my hand and get the arrow right, but I got nothing. That's a little bit of a stupid thing. So we're going to set that off to the side, and let's talk about the eagle chest. Eagle chest is supposed to become a gun, so let's go ahead and make him into the gun mode, like we made him into made the other one into their wonderful, wonderful little arrow, bow mode. Let's see, there's supposed to be a piece that folds out from somewhere in this guy, and we got to get that piece out. Come here, come on. Nuts. It's not wanting to. Oh, wait. There we go. Cool. We got that piece. Now we can fold the head up, right? Oh no, the head's going to fold backwards. Okay. Now we've got to get the gun barrels from somewhere. Right, fold up the tail to the top, and there's got to be something. Where are the gun barrels? I know they're in here because I've accidentally found them a couple. Ah, there they are. One gun barrel. Come on. Why are you fighting me? Why are you fighting me so much? Get out of my way. There you go. Other gun barrel. Now let's go ahead and lower the legs down on either side. Let's fold those legs up. Fold this up just a bit. And we get a very square gun. It's like a rectangle that's got 2 points coming out of it. It's honestly, I don't know how I feel about this. You could pull out the little that, make it a little better, or actually, let's try and make this look a little better because this doesn't look cool. This is just a square with gun barrels coming out of one end. It's like something from a cheap budget sci-fi movie. So let's go ahead and tilt the wings down, make them it's kind of like at an angle underneath. That makes it a little better. Stick that piece up a bit, the tail, so it acts as like iron sights. Yeah, it's a little better now. But honestly, it's a good eagle. It's not a good gun. Let's go ahead and fold these pieces back up. Fold that piece in. Then we fold this down into there. And then this side folds down in the same to make a nice little square like a cassette tape, because that's basically what this is. Like with Soundwave, they make cassette tapes. Let's go ahead and put the tiger back into his ready position. So it's actually pretty simple to put tiger back in his ready position. You just have to finish rotating the legs and lower them down on each side. Rotate that leg, lower it down, and make sure that the front legs are lowered as well as they can be. Put this piece down in there. The little tail section, snap it into place, or it's going to break off. It did break off. Nuts. This piece right here is so freaking flimsy. Come on. Hasbro, why did you make this piece so flimsy? And I put it in wrong, and now it's stuck. There it goes. Okay, so let's set that piece down in there. All right, and then we're going to close down these sides on each of this. There it goes, snapped into place and snapped into place. And tiger is ready for chest action. So we're going to put tiger chest and eagle chest over there and set them off to the side. And that is how those transform. Now let's get into the main show and talk about Deathsaurus here. His transformation is actually, kind of simple. It's big, it's bulky, but it's also a little simple. It's very similar to Grimlock's transformation, honestly. And that's where I can understand they got the idea of like, let's just turn this guy into a Grimlock. I get it. So first off, before we really get into that, he can hold his gun on his shoulder, and I'll talk about that real quick. Right here, On the underside of the gun barrel, there is a rectangular peg. It's on the side of the gun barrel that doesn't have the claws, okay? So, the opposite side than the claw side. And then you can set it down on the back end. It's going to just come onto one side of his eagle head, and it is my suggestion to you that when doing this, make sure it's on the right-hand side of his head, not the left. The left-hand side of his head, that does get a little annoying to try and get it in there properly. But you can just snap it into place, and I forgot where it goes, because it's a rectangle peg instead of a circle peg, so it's harder to find with my fingers. There it is. Come here. Get. Just messing with me. Come on now. I just unplugged you from that spot. Does not like to have things plugged into his shoulder spots because they're rectangles, and the rectangle pegs never work right. They never work the way you think they're going to work. There it goes. It's snapped in. We can fold that bit around to the back. Let's spin him around to showcase that. And he's got this big old gun barrel sticking down, his back next to his chicken head. So that's how you do that. Let's go ahead and get this guy straightened out. There we go. Let's pull this piece off for the sake of the transformation we're about to do. We've got to have that off to the side. Now, where is the tail section? Because we've got one more thing to talk about. And the tail is over here somewhere. I do remember putting it down. Where did I put the tail? Ah, here it is. Okay, so here's the tail. And we open the tail up. And we get this piece in here that's got a peg and one of those rectangular slits. Little rectangular peg thingamajigger. It's kind of neat. But for the most part, it's supposed to fit right here on the side, but it doesn't want to fit there too well because, there's the wing. They say it's supposed to fit on the shoulder. I did find that there seems to be something weird about this shoulder opposed to the other one, and I just haven't been able to figure out where this thing's supposed to fit. It's supposed to fit on one of those vent areas on the shoulder area, but you're looking at something that's a little difficult to do, especially if you can't see to find where in the world it's supposed to plug in at. But it's supposed to plug in there, so that's something to consider. Though honestly, I have no idea how you're supposed to do it. But it does fit on the side somewhere, so let's go ahead and set that off to the side. We're going to move on to the transformation now. There's a few parts of this thing that are just like, what? I can't figure out. But for the transformation of Deathsaurus himself, I figured all that out. So first off, what I like to do is close his ears up if you haven't already. Just go ahead and put your finger on either side of his head and push his ears together. And then you're going to bring up the chicken head, and it's going to snap into place, just like Grimlock. Isn't that neat? It's pretty cool. I think it's pretty neat, and I enjoy it a lot. So let's keep going. All right, I got something. I had an itch on my belly. Now let's go ahead and move this piece over there. Okay. Now next step on the transformation of Deathsaurus here, this one can be up to you. You can start with the legs or you can start with the arms. I like to start with the legs. I like to start with the arms because that gets the wings out of the way so that you can finish transforming the legs. So go ahead and pull the arm up and then snap the arm out. So the arm's just going to kind of lay down really far. We're going to do it with the other side. Pull that wing back, pull the arm up, and then snap the arm out. There we go. And that way, I pull the arm up so I have a nice strong grip on the arm so I can pull it out. Because this connector to his chest area is very tight and it's very firm. Now we're going to do something fun with these arms. We're going to pick them up and we're going to rotate them somehow. Wait, how are we doing this? How are we doing this? All right, come on. Well, there it goes. Okay, so there's a peg that rotates it right in the area where this hinge comes out of his core. So we're just going to rotate that around, and it's just going to lay like that. So now the arm's going to be upside down and just kind of hanging out on the side. So we're going to do the same process over here. We're going to pick that arm up. We're going to then rotate it. Come on. Come on now. it doesn't like to rotate all the time. You got to get it just right. There it goes. So if you got to pull it all the way down over here. So you got to kind of make sure you get that thing all the way pushed down. Then you free up the rotation. A little joint in there closest to his core. And now it's kind of done. And we're just going to let this hang out. We can close these legs up if we want, but that's going to get us in the way of the wings and stuff. So let's go ahead and get these wings transformed. Next step is you want to pull the wing away, because the connector that the arm connected to on the side is actually part of the wing hinge. So you pull the wing away from the body, and it's going to pull that piece up, and then this entire piece is going to wrap around to the back and snap into place. It snaps in very well, and you can find there's this little hole section that that we just got the arm pieces. We just pulled this piece out of it, so we're going to rotate that around, and then it's going to snap into the new connector point. And these wings are now going to be on the front of his body instead of the rear of his body. That's pretty neat. Now we're going to come over here to the front. We're going to pull down on these two rocket pack things on either side. We're going to reveal tiny little little T-Rex arms. We can rotate them backwards and snap them into place. Pull this arm out. Come on now. There you go, you little arm. And then it's going to rotate backwards on a hinge and snap into place. And then once we've snapped it into place, and it's pretty easy to figure out which way this goes, it's literally that hinge is connected right there to the side of the body, and you just have to push it, and it will nice little soft snap. And then you can unfold the little T-Rex arm, and you can unfold the little T-Rex arm on the other side, and you get little T-Rex arms. And now these pieces actually can rotate around. You can, if you want, put them back into the front of the chest area, or you can, kind of collapse them on either side. I don't really know what you can do with these pieces. They're kind of weird in how mobile they are, but it doesn't seem like they fit in anything else. They just fit back where you pulled them out of. So we can put this piece back there, and then this one can just go back there too. And that's where they can sit. Whenever we finish transforming them, we can find a new place to put these, but it's okay right now, before we handle the legs, to just have them resting there. So let's go ahead and come down here to the legs, and let's handle the legs now. Go ahead and pick the arms up. We're going to need both of these arms to just kind of be stretched out up there. Let's lower that thing down. There we go. And then the arms go like just stretch them all the way out. Flip this guy upside down, and let's go ahead and pull these things out. I don't think you need to rotate the hips for this guy, but first you need to do is collapse the feet into themselves. The heel of the foot and the toe of the foot will collapse in on themselves. We've seen that transformation technique many times before. And feeling the inside of his lower leg, there's a panel there you can pull up, and that panel's part of the panel on the back of his leg that pulls up. And now that panel that you pulled up on the side is going to collapse into the panel we just pulled up from the back of the leg, and then it's going to further collapse into a panel above it, and then that entire panel assembly is going to fold out sideways. So let's do it again on this side. Let's pull this thing away from the inside seam of the leg, and then we're going to pull that entire back of the leg panel up, collapse the panel that we just pulled out of the side of the leg into the panel that we just pulled from the back of the leg, and then I'm going to snap this panel open, and we can collapse it down, and it's all going to open up, giving us free access to the interior hollowness of his legs, which is going to allow his legs to collapse into his thighs. You just got to get it right. Can't forget this step. Pull his knee pads out, and that's going to give us a little extra room and allow this to actually fold in and come together very well. Let's do it on this side. Fold that in, come together. Now, they do not really click together. There's nothing that really clicks these leg sections together, sadly. Then we can come around on the underside, and we fold these panels back down. Like I said before, there's nothing that seems to really just connect this stuff together. And that's a shame. I really wish they had given us some more connectors, between these two pieces to make a really sturdy leg connection there, but we don't get that. Now that you've got it connected, you want to fold these pieces up that we unfolded, and they're just going to kind of fold up. They're going to sit there a little loose. There's going to be a little gappage, and I'm a little disheartened by that, but that's okay. Now, the thing that we use to hold these legs in place is actually pretty simple. What we're doing here is we're going to fold these knee pads down as far as they will go on either side. Then we're going to bring this arm section down, and if you feel at the leg on the side that we now have, there's a square hole, and this is going to fold down. The arm assembly is going to fold down, and it's going to click into that square hole. Now we're going to do it on the other side. We're going to fold this piece down. We're going to find that square hole. There it is. All right. And we're going to make it snap into that square hole. Can we do it? Can we do it? Yes, we can. Yes, we can. I believe us. Come on. That connection point is kind of annoying. I'm going to be straight and honest with you about that, but it does work once you get it in there. There it goes. Nope, I didn't get it in there. I got the leg in there, but I didn't. Oh, come on. Come on now. Don't you be fighting this with me. This is your home. Go to your home. Okay. Let's try it again. Come on. There it goes. We got it. Oh yeah. All right, took a little extra force than I liked, but once it's in there, that thing is in there. Now go ahead and close the leg up and rotate it down. Go ahead and close the arm up. That has now a leg, and rotate it down. Now let's go ahead and cap his back. I hope this is his back and I didn't just screw something up. Oh. Oops. Totally did. Totally did. We do need to rotate the legs. Crap. Now we gotta go backwards. Okay. Go ahead and separate this from the side here. Okay. And then go ahead and separate this from the other side here. Okay. Now we're gonna go ahead and twist this entire core, raise those two panels up, twist the core. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, you can do it. I believe in you. Don't you hold out on me. Come on. Come on, we can do it. Just rotate. There you go. Ah, you did it. Okay. Now, put those pieces back down there. Reattach these things to the back ends. There it goes. Maybe they're easier to attach now. Either that or I just screwed up and I have to go backwards and fix my problem. I think I screwed up. Oh. Yeah, because now the leg, I had it right the first time. Oh, this is just par for the course for my channel, ladies and gentlemen. Par for the course for my channel. I'm always messing something up somehow. So let's go ahead and pull those knee pad doohickeys up. Let's rotate you around. Come on now. Yeah, no. Come on. You're getting hung up on something. There you go. Yeah. Good grief. Okay. Let's come back around over here and let's attach these side panels again. Okay, so that one didn't snap into place. Now it snapped into place. Okay, now this one over here. Let's see if this one's just as easy as the other one. Let's snap into place. No. Come on, snap into place. No, come on, snap into place. Oh, come on. This is the part where I do wish they had put some sort of connector thing to hold these leg pieces together. That would make this part of the transformation a little easier, because then that square would be a little more stationary. I hate square connections and rectangle connections. Round is where it's at. Round is where it's at every day of the week. Let's get this piece in there. There it is. Come on. No, nuts. Come on now. Come on now. No, that's not fitting either. Good grief. This connection right here on the side is just a pain. It is a major pain. There it goes. It's in, I think, right? Are you in? Squeeze it together. Good. Okay, let's go about transforming the feet into the claws. So what we're doing here is we're going to use our fingernail. We're going to peel up this this thing, and the best way I found to peel it up is actually to pull the hand down, and that's going to nuts. I just explained it, and it went there it goes. Okay. Now we're going to rotate backwards. The fist is going to go into the hollow section of the leg, and his crazy chicken feet are going to come out. Okay, let's do it on the other side. Let's pull the fist towards the chicken foot to loosen the panel there. Use our thumbnail to pull that panel open. Then rotate fist in and chicken foot out. There we go. Move that around. There we are. That's a really sturdy, stiff connection right there. I do enjoy it being that way. So now we got that piece out, and we've got the chicken feet going, and we need to now make sure those pieces are like good. Okay, this is actually his back here, so we need to rotate these pieces down and this piece down, and then we got to rotate the feet. We don't have to rotate this one, but we don't have to rotate that one. Nice. His feet are good. His feet are good. You remember. Here we go. He's now getting to be a chicken mode. Oh, yeah. All right. Now, let's come over here to these panels we had earlier. We talked about we could move them at some point in the future. Now we can. We can just kind of fold them off to the sides if we want, but I don't like to. I just set them. I just leave them still. I leave them where they're at. Oh, actually, you can bring them closer to one another and set them in the center. That's actually better. That's nicer. Let's go ahead and fold both of those up into the center and make him a nice little center crest area. That's pretty cool. Now come around here to his tail section. Let's make sure his head is good first. His head doesn't require much. You just got to pull up his little chicken combs and then fold these wings down on either side. We can rotate them backwards a bit. There we go. Now, where's that tail section we talked about earlier in today's video? Here it is. Close the tail up. Close the tail up. Yeah, close the tail up. Come on. Come on now. There it goes. Okay, closing the tail up. And we get this tail that will come around here to the rear. And it's going to attach in a very unique manner. So we're going to make the tail stick up and down. And on the backs of the knees that we have down there, there's these square holes in them, and that's where this thing's just going to kind of fit in. Okay? Kind of fit in. Kind of fit in because it's not wanting to work with me. You're never wanting to work with me. Hey, there you go. You're such an evil guy. Come on. There it goes. All right. Tail's in place. Feet are in place. Now we're just going to fold these back panels up to hide some gappage and kind of give like a feathery feel to his rear area. And that is how you transform Deathsaurus into his chicken mode. There we go. Yeah, chicken mode. Caw-caw! Bark, 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 bark. Better hope he don't lay an egg on you. Thanks for watching today's video on how to transform Deathsaurus into his chicken robot mode. I hope that you've enjoyed the episode, and please tune into my channel, blind_prime, where I raise awareness for the blind and the visually impaired through alternative means and methods. May you all have a Merry Christmas, and thank you so much for watching. Until next Prime, bye-bye for now.